Hey guys, and welcome back to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. This is a video that was requested. Some of you guys had some issues getting the Amiga core up and running, or the Amiga Vision front end up and running on your Analogue Pocket. I did a stream a few days ago having a look at the updated version of the core, and it's really good because Analogue brought us firmware version 2.1, and with firmware version 2.1 came a restriction that has been removed. So previously the biggest file size you could have on your Analogue Pocket that the Analogue Pocket would read would be 4 gig. Right, so it doesn't matter if your memory card was exFAT or FAT32, the Analogue Pocket would just not read a file larger than 4 gig. However, when we got the Amiga Vision front end, which is absolutely excellent, I mean, you're seeing it on screen now, the way stuff is categorized by year, by genre, by chart. I mean, it's just very well made. It's got graphics for every game. If you've forgotten a lot of games, you know, you can have a look at like the list, see the graphics, and you can go, wow, I can find the game. It's really good. But what we've always had on the Analogue Pocket is we've had the diet version, right? Compared to the Mister and say software emulators, we've had the diet version because they had to do a specific pocket version which was less than 4 gig. But now we can have the full version on there, which is closer to 9, close to 3,000 games, lots of stuff from the demo scene. I mean, it's just amazing. Check out the link down below in the description. I did a stream on it, and I think the stream was over 3 hours long. I had a lot of fun doing that stream. It was amazing. I will likely do an Amiga stream again because there's so many games on there. Even 3 hours wasn't enough to go through even the games I wanted to see. But what we're going to look at in this video is how to get it up and running for yourself. So I'll go through the whole tutorial. I'm going to start the tutorial on a blank micro SD card, and at the end I will actually test that blank micro SD card just to make sure it's working, and that way we know everything you see in the tutorial has actually worked. So yeah, let's get into this video, let's get into this tutorial, and hopefully if you follow the steps you can have this up and running as well. I'm sure many of you guys have as well, but for those of you that haven't got it up and running, this video should prove helpful to you. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, yeah, subscription and a like is super appreciated. Let's get into this. Okay, let's get on with this tutorial. Just to point out, I like doing my tutorials in real time, and then I like testing what I did in the tutorial at the end of the video so we can see everything is working. So just to give you an idea about what's what, on the left hand side of the screen is my downloads folder. I've already got the image downloaded, but I'll show you how to get yours. And on the right hand side I've got a micro SD card. Now this is a fresh 128 gigabyte micro SD card. I formatted it. After formatting it, very important here actually, one point here, make sure you format it to exFAT. If you format it to FAT32, you're not going to be able to fit the new Amiga image on there because FAT32 has a limitation of 4 gig. You want a larger image on there, so have it on exFAT. Now if you're on Windows like I am, when you go to format a 128 gig micro SD card or anything larger than 32, it's going to default to exFAT anyway. But for any other reason, just make sure it is exFAT, right? That's what you want, right? Okay, so once you've formatted it to exFAT, put the micro SD card in your Analogue Pocket, and it's going to just create the default directories that you need there, that the Analogue Pocket uses, some of the OpenFPGA stuff. So once you've done that, then insert your one on the PC. So you're exactly at the stage where I am now. So once we go here, let me bring up my web browser. Now we want to get the core, we want to get the latest Amiga core. There's a number of different ways you can get it. You can get it via there's 3 updaters on there. All 3 are really good. You can use Matt Pinella's updater, or you can use Neil Morrison's Pocket Sync, which looks really pretty, or you can use Retro Driven's Pocket Updater. The choice is yours, right? You can run an updater, tell it to get specific cores, or tell it to get every single core out there. It's completely up to you. Just for the purpose of this video, we're going to go and download the core manually. I'll leave links in the description, so if you do want to do it manually, let's say you only bought the Pocket to get the Amiga core. Unlikely, but let's just say that's the scenario. So head over to Mazamar's GitHub. We want to go over and we want to download the latest version of the core, which is Mazamars 312 Amiga 0.2.1. So let's click on that and begin the download. That's going into our downloads folder, right? Okay, I've been downloading stuff in the background. Now what we want to get is we want to get the hard drive image. We want to get the front end Amiga Vision have created. We want that those lists, we want those screenshots, we want everything put in categories like we saw at the beginning of the video. We want it looking beautiful. So head over to this link, amiga.vision. Again, it will be in the description. Once you go over to that, go to downloads. Now I'm not going to show you guys the next page, right, but I will give you more information towards it. But once you go over here, formerly known as Mega AGS, it kind of talks you through there. But the main thing here is this disclaimer. Amiga Vision don't actually provide the image to you. They provide a search to archive.org that should lead you to the image, right? I'm not going to go over to that. I'm not going to click it and show you. But if we go back in here, what you're looking for, when you click on that link, it's going to take you to the search, and this is what you're looking for: Amiga Vision 25th 12 2023. And you don't want the pocket version. The pocket version, which has a date previous to this, is the smaller version. It's the one that was designed for the Analogue Pocket when it couldn't do files larger than 4 gig, but we have firmware 2.1 that removes that limit. So we want the full Amiga Vision experience, and we're going to get that. So have a look at that. Go into that folder once you've downloaded it. You've got different options of downloading it. I recommend, if you've got torrent software on there, use the torrent software. It's the quickest way of getting it. If you're trying to get like unzip this files like 4.79 gigs on archive.org, it will take some time. You might need to use a third-party software like what's that one, JDownloader, that I like using. Okay, so that's what we've got there. Before we put that on here, let's extract. Oops. Let's extract this. Sorry. Let's extract this over here. So we want to put the core on there, and the way cores are put out this, I'm using 7-zip, but use whatever you guys like using. I'm a fan of 7-zip, right? But it really doesn't matter. Use whatever works for you. So here we go. We've unzipped that. Let's just get rid of that for now. Right click. Oh, I really don't like the symbols, prefer the text. Right, okay, so we have got the Amiga core here. Now as soon as you open it, you're going to notice a similarity. We've got assets, cores, platform settings, assets, cores, platforms, and settings. So you can have a look at everything in here. It will show you, whatever's in here, but you're all good. What you just want to do, easiest thing to do here now. So these are my downloads. That's my micro SD card for the Analogue Pocket. Just highlight everything here, and you can copy and paste it. Let's copy and paste it. You can drag and drop it, whatever you want to do. So I've copied that. Now let me paste that in here. So here you go. We have now got the Amiga core on our Analogue Pocket. So the next thing we want to do is we want to add the Amiga Vision hard drive image. So once we go into that folder that we've downloaded, this is what we want here. Now this is zipped up, so let's unzip this. It might take slightly longer. Actually, it will take longer than what the core took. So let's bring that over here. Let's just unzip that. Should be done in just a couple of seconds, really. My PC is quite fast, that stuff. So yeah, that's happening at a decent speed. What's going to take a bit of time is the copying. That's probably the only thing I'm going to edit out when I'm copying 9 gig over to a micro SD card, because I think the micro SD card I've got isn't like a super fast one or anything like that. Okay, so we have got the Amiga Vision 2512 2023 folder. We've got it unzipped, right? So now to get everything on here, so what we want to do is we're over on our micro SD card now. We want to go over to assets, and we want to go over to Amiga, and we want to go over to common. Right, keep that one open for now. So remember where we are. Here you go. You got the trail up there. The assets, Amiga, and common. Now in here, let me work this out. I think it's under games and Amiga 500. Right. So what you really want to do here, that's the hard drive image. That should be here. Oh no, okay, that's not it. This one here, Mega AGS HDF. Look, 8.69 gig. That's big, guys. And if you watched the stream a few days ago, that's the image I was using. So what I will do here, guys, is I will copy everything here. Copy these 4 files here. I don't think we need these, but you know what? I might just copy them for good measure. But I can't remember if we fully need them or not. But we'll look at it after. So everything, let me just go back and show you guys again. So once we've extracted the Amiga Vision folder that we downloaded, right? Once we've downloaded that, go into the Amiga Vision folder, go into games, go into Amiga, and everything that you see here, let's just copy. I'm going to drag and drop it this time. So we're copying it in assets, Amiga, common. Now this might take a little bit of time. Okay, it's saying 9 minutes. So I'll edit a little thing out, and I'll come back, and yeah, we'll test out this core and see if there's anything else that we need to add. Okay, good stuff. That's copied over now. All right, okay, before we go and test, right, you should be done now. Now, when you run your Analogue Pocket, you've got the core on there, you've added the hard drive image. One thing to kind of look in, this is just something that I learned. Remember, I'm not the most tech guy, right? So if we go into cores and we go into Mazama's Amiga, what we want to have a look at here, we want to look at data.json, right? We can actually open this with WordPad, right? And the reason that I'm bringing this out, what we want to have a look at here, it shows you what it's looking for. Okay, so this is the kickstart it's looking for, right? Mega AGS hyphen kickstart, and here we go. That's what we've got over here. So that's the BIOS file essentially, and you go file name. It is looking for mega AGS.hdf and mega AGS.hdf. That's why so that's got to work. That's what it's looking for. A lot of you guys that updated the core said your previous one wasn't working. It's because the previous one was called mega AGS pocket.hdf, and with the new core is looking for the better image, which is where is it again? Here we go, down here. I mean, that's just a little bit of trivia for you. So if you find, like, for example, if you updated the core and you're happy with the pocket version and it's not working, you just need to rename this to the name of the .hdf file, right? So in this case, mega AGS, it matches, it works. You don't need to do this. I've just shown you this just for good measure because I guess I learned this, so I thought maybe you guys can learn this too. It's definitely handy to know. But now let's head over to our Analogue Pocket and actually try out the core. Let's see if it's actually working. Hopefully everything's gone well and I haven't done anything wrong. Okay guys, here we are, the moment of truth, the brand new micro SD card that I formatted, and all I've got on here is the Amiga core. That is all I've got on there. I like doing them this way because then, hey, we know that it's working, so let's run it. Hopefully I haven't done anything wrong. I'm not as confident as I usually am. And guys, when you first launch the core, just be a little bit patient. It takes just a little bit to boot up, and I really hope it does boot up and I'm not faced here with a blank screen or anything. I don't know what that red flash was. Let's check it out. Yeah, here we go guys. Yeah, it booted up. I was getting worried there for a second. Here you go. So you have now got the Mega AGS front end, and you've got everything that you saw at the beginning of the video. So Hall of Fame, we've got everything in here. But let's just run a game, right? So what's a game that I really like? So okay, let's go Switchblade 2. That's a great game. So we can run it now. If you've got a controller with an analog stick plugged in, analog stick will be the mouse. I mean, it's just done really, really well. Mazama's and Amiga Vision have done an absolute great job. A lot of times when you load a game, you're going to find cheats and everything working in there. But that's it, guys. Just wanted to show you guys this. It's working well, and if you followed the tutorial, it should be working for you. So once again, shout out to Mazama's and the Amiga Vision guys. Absolutely fantastic. Amiga's a fantastic system, and if you followed the tutorial, remember my tutorials are raw, but I go through them, and if you followed everything that I showed you and you followed all the steps, you should be experiencing the amazing Amiga core now, the bigger, the full version, the big brother, full fat Amiga fun. Guys, if you like this tutorial, a subscription and like is super appreciated. Enjoy the Amiga on your Analogue Pocket. Be good to one another, guys. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.